We are going to talk about becoming a vet. Okay, first of all, let's start this off from the beginning. I'm going to ask you, what point in your life, because I can imagine when you were a kid, was that one of the things you wanted to be?
You know what? I actually ran into a Mrs. Burak, who was my grade 1, 4, and grade 5 teacher.
She got around.
Yeah, she did. She had me as a student for 5 years, grade 1, grade 4, and grade 5. Do the math. Trying to figure it out there. I ran into her a while ago, about 3 years ago. I hadn't seen her for, would have been 25 years. And, how's it going? And we ran into each other, and she kind of recognized me. I guess I still look the same from when I was 10 years old. And I told her I was a veterinarian, and she goes, yeah, that makes sense. So what do you mean? Because I thought I hadn't made the commitment until final year of high school to actually go in. I knew I was going to do something science related. I was bouncing around, science teacher versus physiotherapist, sports doctor versus veterinarian. But she said, no, I knew you, and she also taught my brother and my sister, my older siblings. And she said, I knew you were going to be something to do with a veterinarian or something to do with like animal health. Because I was always into reading the articles, and, she reminded me that I was in the speech club in school, and I went to the provincial championships for speech, and I did mine about birds and how Nick's about to say something. Nerd. Hey, yeah, and proud of it. We rule the world, man. Yes, I was a total nerd. I was a level 4 fighter in Dungeons and Dragons.
What do you mean was?
I still play D&D with my kids. And old school, we don't even play the new rules. I pull out my old 1978 Gary Gygax. He died about 4 years ago, the creator of Dungeons and Dragons, eh? He died by a level 3 potion of death. But no, we actually do. He did die, and it was very sad. Gary Gygax. Anyways, off topic. I
think it's on topic.
I knew my whole life. It wasn't always my major decision. I kind of bounced around different options, but it was always a possibility. And I realized the great thing about being a veterinarian is, it's going to sound corny, but I get to be a positive impact in people's lives, but everyone loves their veterinarian, even when we have to do something sad, like being a part of saying goodbye to an animal, we're actually able to do it in a humane, peaceful, loving way, so we're always able to help out. So it's a great profession. I was actually reading an article done by Dr. Marty Becker. He's the resident veterinarian for Good Morning America and a huge fan of our show. This is true. He did an article about not forgetting why we do the things we do as veterinarians, because it's easy to kind of forget about being able to take care of a little puppy, or seeing a kitten, or helping cure an older dog of some disease. And he writes in here that even the stars want to be veterinarians. He says, one of the things that really is interesting about being part of the Good Morning America TV show over the years is the number of people, famous and not so famous, who tell me I wanted to be a veterinarian. Some of them might surprise you. Paris Hilton, Lance Armstrong, Paris Hilton, yeah, she wanted to be a veterinarian.
Maybe it would have been better for her.
There you go. You know what? I mean, as a kid, she obviously, she was, let's say she was 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. She wouldn't have been able to realize yet she's going to have this huge monopoly of cash. And kids don't care about cash. They just want to do what makes them happy, right? And she obviously loves her dog. What's her dog's name? The little thing that lives in the purse.
Peaches?
Which is ridiculous that she does that to that dog. But talk about a dog that bites people. I bet you her Chihuahua bites people all the time.
It's not the only thing
she
has that bites.
Yeah. So she wouldn't have understood that, she's given up millions and millions of dollars to be a veterinarian. All she wanted to know was she wanted to take care of these animals. So even Ryan Seacrest wanted to be a veterinarian. And it's the most common thing I hear from kids. I have families come in and they bring their new puppy or their new kitten. And the best part of my day is I'm doing my physical exam, and I've got this family there. Let's say a mother, father, son, and daughter. Doesn't matter how old the kid is. If he's this moody, sort of I'm too cool for school kind of teenager, and not really being a part of it. As soon as I listen to that puppy's heart and I offer the stethoscope to the daughter and to the mother and the father, and then I offer it to that sort of moody, unappreciative, no good teenager, Can you tell I have almost teenagers at home? They all go, yeah, okay, I'll listen, and they all their faces lighten up, and then they hide it. Oh yeah, it was all right. But they're all very, very happy, and they just it's amazing to be able to be a part of their lives and see these animals, go from, basically cradle to grave, right? Go from being puppies, and unfortunately, now I've been doing this 13 years. I've been saying goodbye to patients that I've known, since they were puppies or kittens. But it's the greatest job in the world. Now, it's not without struggles and stresses and problems, but it is the greatest job, and I wouldn't give it up in an instant. It's allowed me to do all the things that I want to do. I can be my own boss. I can own my own business. I can choose the type of medicine and surgery I want to do. It gives me a good living. I'd make way more money as a dentist or apparently as a TTC worker. The average veterinarian does not make $140,000 a year. But it gives me, back way more than money could. So it's the greatest thing.